When we talk about loans, we talk about the present value, and the present value is the amount that you are borrowing. And the formula is that the present value, so this is the amount you're borrowing, is going to be paid back, and R is going to be your payment. So normally that's a monthly payment on a loan. And I is the interest rate, but I is going to be the annual interest rate, which we would have called R before, divided by the number of payments that you're making per year. So that would be 12 if it's monthly. Okay, so that's the normal way to pay back a loan. You can take one out weekly, and that would be 52, or you can take one out quarterly, but typically when we're using this formula, it's the present value, the loan amount, is going to be paid back in equal payments that are values of R, and then the formula to calculate that is very similar to the future value on the annuity, but you can see like the exponent is negative because we're sort of working backwards. N is equal to the number of payments. And we'll do an example with this on the next screen. Typically when we're using this formula, we're looking to calculate the loan payment. And if you're looking to calculate the loan payment, we're going to rearrange the formula. So we're looking for R, and in order to rearrange the formula, we want to just get R by itself. So what we would be doing is we'd be multiplying by this reciprocal on both sides, just so you see where this comes from. And we would put the same thing over here, I over 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n. And so the loan payment, if you wanted to calculate a loan payment on a mortgage or something, would be the present value, that's the amount you're borrowing, times I. And remember, I is the rate divided by the number of periods per year, like the rate over 12, over 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the negative n. So now let's do an example. Okay, so we're going to buy a car for $18,500, and we're taking out a 4-year loan, and it has an interest rate of 12.9%, and we want to find the monthly car payment. So that means we want to find R, and we have the compounding period is 12. So we're going to look for R equals the present value times the interest rate over 1 minus 1 plus the interest rate raised to the negative n. So the present value is 18,500. The interest rate is 0.029 divided by 12. And then we're going to divide that by 1 minus 1 plus 0.029 over 12 raised to the negative 48, because that is 48 months. So I like to evaluate this part first because it tends to help you make less mistakes. So we're going to say 18,500 times 0.029 divided by 12, that's a 9. And then we're going to divide that by 1 minus, and that whole thing, this whole part of the expression is 0.8906. And now you won't worry about where that exponent goes. So if you evaluate that whole thing first, so now we'll do 18,500 times 0.029 divided by 12. And then we're going to divide that by 1 minus 0.8906. And you get $408.67. That's your loan payment. Okay, so that's how you calculate a loan payment. And you should try it yourself in your calculator and make sure you can match that answer.